How's it going, everybody? This year here, we have the 5C Envoy tournament, and our first round opponent is ZeroKoolGamer. Now, we're supposed to all have 7/7s. However, he has 3 diamonds because he decided to hack the system. Thanks, ZKG. Hack the planet, right? As far as the defense goes, stage 1, we have Phoenix Force, 2-piece Annihilator, Super Scroll. He has Raiders and Strikers on them. Stage 2, Black Knight, 2-piece Astral. Guardian's going to be given offense up, then Omega Sentinel for the pings. Stage 3, 3-piece Absolute A-Force, Loki to give the extra speed to Kahori, then we have a Sasquatch. Stage 4, we have Xavier, Null, Gore, new Emma, and threw Kingpin in there, basically for the summons, for the taunt portion. Stage 5 is Thunderbolts, and Stage 6, we have Pav with the Night Stalkers, and it threw me off because the ISOs are jacked up. He has healers on 2 of them, so the ISO didn't save on this portion right here. But let's go ahead and start the attacks. All right, so we're actually making a pivot over to stage 4. This is the room where there's going to end up being the 50% extra health and damage, and basically the damage you take is going to be permanent damage. What we have is Kingpin to get a summon out there to try and pull basically the Xavier going into the summons, what I want to happen. We have Black Cat, Old Man Logan. They're going to be able to do some stuns, hopefully get that control into the Professor Xavier. We have our own Xavier. We have Kestrel to stop the summon from coming in so we can really hammer down into the Kingpin. Let's see how this ends up going. All right, so Kestrel's going to stop that summon. There's the stop right there. All right, let's try to get this stun into Xavier. Promise stun Xavier, perfect. All right, Gore's taking his turn. All right, let's special into the Xavier. Striker shot. All right, there goes the Xavier. Now, the permanent damage in here is going to kind of really hurt this. All right, let's go ahead. What does this basic do? Just damage and defense down? I'm not worried about that Kingpin. Let's try to take out the Emma real quick. All right, Xavier's up. We got the ult. This is that I win button. And Striker shot. All right, there we go. One shot. Yeah, Old Man Logan, he didn't do anything. All right, we're going into stage 2. We're going to end up using our Immortal X-Men in here. They're not going to have the taunt from Black Knight. I can use Storm to get the stun into a Mega Sentinel, so I don't really have to worry about her. That's also going to... It should kind of take care of the offense ups that Guardian gives. Then I do the rewinds, bring everybody together. This should work pretty good in theory. All right, so let's get this stun into a Mega Sentinel. And attack all, prolong, negative, reduce speed bar of all enemies. Yeah, so I can get the Striker shot into Omega. I just want to make sure I read it right, and it was all enemies reduction, not just the primary. Zombie Dum Dum. Oh, of course you come back to life. Why wouldn't you come back to life? Let's special into you. Stay dead. Thank you. All right, let's bring you guys together. Yep, super easy. And we'll just blast you. All right, for stage 6, we're going to end up using our Superior 6 team. We're adding Vulture in here. DNA said that this works. I recall this working before, but I haven't done it with the Pav. The Pav is definitely kind of wild card in here. There are 4 heroes. Vulture's going to go first. We can special. Bring out the classics. Going to end up doing a ultimate for a rewind. We have offense up. We're going to have safeguard due to the Craven as well. Extra health. Summon out Shocker. All the shenanigans. Let's go in. All right, so we go first. We're going to special here. All right, now we're going to end up doing an ultimate. We're going to get a striker shot here into Oath since we actually got that crit. Big rewind right there. Let's go ahead and ability block Blade. Got the other ability block into Oath. That's fantastic. Let's special to get Shocker out. We're going to end up doing a special here. Hit everybody and striker shot into Blade. All right, let's special offense up. Another rewind from Vulture. There goes Oath. Let's get a rewind into Agatha. She doesn't have a ability block on her. Let's do a rewind into Man-Thing. All right, here comes the ult. Let's extend. There goes Agatha. Yeah, we have like total control over this matchup. Pretty sweet. All right, ult here. And striker shot. There we go. Sweet. Sweet. All right, for stage 5, we're going to end up using our Cabal King Ares. So I've seen a lot of screenshots of people using Ares in here to take that safeguard and everything off. He does give some pretty good control. It's just the speed really holds him back, in my opinion. These safer bets to use APOC, but we're going to end up using APOC in stage 1. So we're going to see what Ares can do in here. We do have a lot of rewinds and control. So let's see how this goes. All right, so we're going to end up doing a special here into Songbird. There's the crits. That's going to get us moving. All right, let's special here. So there's the flip to defense down. Let's do another turn meter rewind. So there goes Songbird. Is this unavoidable? I don't think it is. Let's go into the assist could help. We need to get rid of that ghost. Or Taskmaster. Taskmaster is speed up. He's gonna ult. That's not gonna be good. Let's get rid of Taskmaster. All right, this one here, it's unavoidable. Ability block. All right, there goes Ghost. All right, there we go. All right, got it. Sweet. That's going to save my APOC. All right, we're going to end up doing this weird comp in here in stage 1. We have our Odin to get the battlefield effect out. We have APOC for the no safeguard, Lilandra for the no taunt from Gladiator. Red Hulk's going to end up specialing. That's going to speed up APOC so we can get the Falcon Punch into Thanos endgame so we don't have to worry about his push. Howard's going to stop the speed from Omega Red and the turn meter from Super Scroll. Let's go in. Oh, actually going to switch you over to a Fortifier. There we go. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to end up getting an ability block out there. Let's ability block these 3. By 3, I meant 2. All right, there goes Super Squirrel Rewind. That's not good over there. And there goes Red Hulk. That's great. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger. All right. We did get an assist. Let's get the battlefield effect out. That's going to hurt. And there's the push for Thanos. All right, so now we got this. And let's just enjoy this one here. Because screw you, Thanos. Screw you, Thanos. I'm going to throw a planet at you this time. There we go. Got him. All right, so Pav's gonna get vulnerable out there. Kahori's gonna end up doing striker shots into the enemy Kahori. I get her killed off with specials. We're gonna have the speed advantage because we got OG Emma, we got our Loki to speed us up, we got Gladiator in here for offense up. Let's make you a Raider. Placement. Let's go in. All right, there's the passive shot. There's the vulnerables out there. Let's special here. And special again into the enemy Kahori. Striker shot. There she goes. Let's go into Medusa. And let's special again. Game over. All right, there we go. One shot's everything. All right, 50, 184. Let's see what ZKG's done so far. One shot with Starjammers. One shot Immortal. Mirror matchup. He did a Cursed with Mephisto. There's the win right there. He dropped stage 4. He got 5. And he dropped a stage 6. Score is not reflected properly, though. He did drop stage 1. My bad. And, oh, he did drop 3. Let's watch this replay. I need more coffee, guys. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the right side. Alright, so let's see what the Curse does. They end up dropping Mordo. They threw Mephisto in. He's still going to get his Pact, so he went basic into Satana. Juggernaut gets the taunt out. Basic there. Satana doing that ult into the enemy Juggernaut. That's like the best one, actually, because he's can't get the taunt back up now. Enemy Satana going into Juggernaut. There goes the Hood. Enemy Hood. He's going hard into Satana. Right to get the cleanup. There's the ult from Helverine. Where'd Juggernaut go? My god. Alright. Enemy Helverine going. Juggernaut. There's the striker shot. Mordo. Oh, there he goes. He got Satana dead, so that way the cleanup's going to be easier. Jeez, Maya took out his hood. Helverine took out Mephisto. He just took everybody else out. Alright, we are starting round 2 for the 5C Envoy tournament. Today we got matched up against Jgiusti, and he went violence. So he has a Cursed on defense. Mine is in stage 3, his is in stage 1. So this is going to be the determining factor, I think, of who's going to win. Stage 2, we have 3-piece Annihilator, Super Scroll Guardian for the offense up. Stage 3, we have Black Knight, Illuminati Dorm. Stage 4, we have a Kahori, Phoenix Force, Thanos Endgame, and OG Emma. Stage 5, Thunderbolts. He took out Songbird, so he's able to use Songbird on offense. Then he threw Hela in. That way, if Greg gets killed off, that's going to do some form of turn meter rewind. I get it. And stage 6, we have Starjammers. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with stage 6. Just get that mirror matchup out of the way. All right. For stage 6, we're just going to do that mirror matchup. We're bringing our own Starjammers in. It's a pretty easy, straightforward mirror matchup. You just get the stun into the Howard for the ability block, and then from there, just kind of control them. So let's go in. All right, so Havoc doing his ult into our rocket. That's fine. We're going to target the Howard. You want to open with the special. Just going to get that stun into the Howard. That way we don't have to worry about him ability blocking a bunch of our characters. Now our Howard, we're going to end up targeting definitely Lilandra and Rocket, I feel. Let's do that. And those retaliates, taking out the rockets. All right, let's go ahead into... Who do we want to try to take out here? Lilandra's going to basic. Groot's going to come back to life. Let's just take out this Lilandra. All right, let's go ahead and use the ultimate from Lilandra. All right, let's go ahead and take out the Havoc with the special here. All right, ult. There goes Havoc. Oh, he survived that. Interesting. All right, here we go. AoE attack. And ult. And there he comes back to life. Let's kill you. There you go. Stay dead. All right, we're jumping over to stage 2. We're going to use our Immortal X-Men. This is going to shut down the speed from Super Skrull. From there, this is going to be a really easy, straightforward matchup. Should be an easy victory on this one. All right, let's go ahead and get a stun out there into Gore. And let's go ahead and do that turn meter rewind. And let's go ahead, target Surfer and Special. And bring everybody together. That's basic first. Let's ult here. And ult. Please die. Hey, got him. All right, we're doing some crazy shit in stage 1. Basically, we have Professor X, Quasar, Nova, Black Cat, Lady Deathstrike. We have 2 forms of stun out here because we can stun them, but we cannot get ability blocks on them. We have our Xavier to hopefully do some massive damage. If we can make it to stage or the round 2, we get the ult off. That should hopefully be a win. And then we have Lady Deathstrike in here for the raw damage. Let's switch you to Striker to get the bleed some extra oomph to it. Let's go in. All right, so I want to try and take out the Juggernaut. I do want to try to get a stun on Satana first. She's kind of first to go. And that got nope, we got the stun on her. There's the Striker shot. I kind of want to go into Juggernaut now. The issue is we're putting a lot of vulnerables on them if we do that. But they can't get taunt due to Xavier. Let's just go all in and special here. Striker shot. All right, Satana's killed off. Let's kill Helverine. All right, so now we got a special here. We can't stun, but which is more damage? 500%, 400 clear positive effects. Let's basic. All right, go into the hood. And that's gonna hurt. Yep, there they go. All right, so there's the one-shot victory. Sweet. Hey, you survived. I said die. There, dead. Yeah, that worked. Just gotta outspeed on the 125 speed is definitely hampering, and no immunity on spawn definitely hurts them. All right, for stage 5, we're gonna end up doing our Cabal. We have Ares and Kang again. The Hela's gonna kind of throw this off a little bit. If we kill that Greg, that's gonna end up kind of screwing us over. But there's no Songbird, so no Songbird means that's their fastest character, so we don't have to worry about going all in. I do worry about the Taskmaster getting his ult off on me, though. All right, so where's Greg spawning? Right there. All right, so let's go ahead and special in this cluster so we don't have to kill Greg. All right, now I'm going to target. Yeah. Does it really matter? I think it will. Let's take out the Victoria hand since she's the healer. And let's go ahead. He has offense up. Let's just kill that Taskmaster now. And rewind. There you go. You're killed off. And let's go ahead and ult into you. All right, there we go. Let's just go in and try this. So stage 4. I need to get rid of the Kahori. Hopefully I can try to get the Phoenix Force killed off here. Kahori's going to try to take out the enemy Kahori due to the Loki going. We're going to have pretty good bleed damage from Old Man Logan if he survives. APOC is here to Falcon Punch the enemy Thanos, so we don't have to deal with his push. This is going to be risky, but we got to go in. We have offense up. We have the damage boost from APOC. So there's the first hit. There's one hit. There's another hit. Now Omega Red's going. Where are you chaining to? All right, cool. Thanks, man. That was great. Thanks, Phoenix. There's the push from APOC, so this is going to be a cleanup now. All right, so this is a interesting one. So basically, we have a 3-piece Superior 6. We have Vulture in here to stop the speed up. We have our Odin in here. If he can get the assist, basically get the battlefield effect out, that's going to help. Gore is in here to hopefully strip charges, get rid of the Revive Onces from the team. We should have a lot of big AoE hits to where we're going to be able to get crits and suck ability energy away from the ultimate. Let's see how this ends up going. The alternative is swapping Gore out for Gladiator, but we're going to end up going more for the no revives because the Dorm and Hank healing could end up being a problem in here. But Odin should still do the carry. I'm just trying to get more efficiency out of this type of matchup. So there's the ability block into Gore. All right, so we're going to end up doing a basic with Gore. Let's go into Hank here. All right, so did Odin get an assist? I think he did. Did Odin get an assist? I'm having a brain fart. No, he didn't? All right, we're basicing then. Oh, there goes Hank. One shot zap. All right, so now we get to ult here. All right, so there goes Dorm, 1 life up, Black Panther Shuri. All right, so now we get a special here. Yeah, we should be good. We have that battlefield effect out right now. It's just going to be a shit efficiency on this. All right, so there goes Hank. All right, so Black Knight doing that special every turn. All right, let's get our special out. All right, basic here. There's 1 life off Captain Britain. And the ult is that permakill. So if you get the ult off here. All right, there we go. All right, we're going in for Illuminati Kestrel cleanup in here. Black Panther Shuri, we want to get the ability block into Omega Red Phoenix Force. Black Bolt, we have the burps, and that's also going to give us the extra health. Assist from Mr. Fantastic in here. Kestrel's in here, so if we kill the Phoenix early, we don't have to worry about the timeout. That's going to end up stopping the summon. Let's go in. All right, Black Omega Red, we're going to end up doing the special. All right, so there's the ability block. There goes Thanos. Let's ult here, get slows. Let's ult here. Need to kill him before he goes. Yikes. Alright, so let's ult here, get rid of you. That's going to save our health now. Ult. And that's going to stop the Phoenix, Dark Phoenix. There we go. Alright, let's see if we got the victory on this one. That dropped attack could cost us. 48-9-8-5. We got the victory. Hell yeah, we're in the championship round. Hey, Jgiusti. Man, that defense was rough. Stage 1. Liberty Ultimus X. Alright. Then clean up. Stage 2, Sub 6. 3 Accursed. Mephisto, Old Man Logan, APOC, Nightcrawler, Ancient One, Immortal X-Men cleanup. Odin in 4. Yep. And dropped stage 6. Alright, so... Alright, we are in the finals again. Hopefully I can stop being the bridesmaid and finally be the bride in this thing. We got Diamond Dave, and in stage 1 we have Thanos Endgame, Phoenix Force, Super Skrull, and he put Ares in here, which is pretty interesting. Stage 2, he has a Cursed with Mephisto, so they're gonna all get their assist due to Mephisto. We did a really good counter last round on that. We're gonna end up attempting the same thing on this round. Stage 3, we have Odinati Black Knight. Stage 4 is Starjammers. 5 is Thunderbolts. And 6, we have the Orcus team. So I'm feeling confident about some of these matches. So we're gonna knock out the givens first. Let's go ahead and use the Starjammers mirror. This one's pretty straightforward as far as the mirror matchup goes. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna make you a... They're not gonna have vulnerables. Let's just go all out. Yeah, let's just do all... Well, you could be a striker. All right, let's go in. All right, so we need to get the stun over here in Howard. Let's throw the ability block over here. Now we're going to go all in on the Lilandra. All right, there's the ult from our Lilandra. Let's go ahead and special into Gladiator. Get those counterattacks. There that goes. Ult from Lilandra. Let's go ahead and let's just take you out. Oh, apparently you can revive. Interesting. You have no health, but you can revive. Alright, ult. Alright, there we go. Alright, stage 5, we're doing our Cabal King Ares. We did this one the 2 previous times. Seems like a pretty safe counter so far. Let's see if I can screw this up. Sassy. Alright, let's go ahead and get slows out on the Songbird. There's the crit. Alright, special with Iron Patriot. Get those flips. And we're going to do a turn meter rewind with Namor. Alright, there goes Songbird. Let's go for Ghost, because there's no speed up on Taskmaster this time. Of course, you're going to dodge everything. There you go, you died. Let's go ahead and ult into you. And now we have the gangbang. Bang, bang. Stage 6, we're going to end up using our Immortal X-Men in here. This should work. Hopefully I don't get screwed over. Let's see what happens. Alright, there goes the Sentinel bot. Let's go ahead. We have to special here. Now they got the Trauma Slows out there. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Striker Shot into the Nimrod. So there's that turn meter rewind. All right, there goes Nimrod. Let's special here into Omega Sentinel. Bring everybody together. All right, Mega's fell over dead. Sweet. Let's special here. And boom. Thank you, Storm. All right, stage 2, we're going to end up doing another gamble on here. We have our Xavier. We have Quasar in here. We have Kingpin, who's going to have a summon out with Taunt. Lady Deathstrike for the damage. Black Cat for some stun control. In here, they have that Mephisto as the 5th member. And he's going to get his empowered move off. That's going to get offense up to everybody. I need to get through the Juggernaut so I can start actually working on some of these other characters for some control. If I can get through Juggernaut, get a stun into Satana, I think we may be okay. We're about to find out how this goes. The safe bet would have been to try to do a quick sack because that exhaust mechanic already. So there's the death proofs. All right, going into the summon. That's fine. That's what you're there for. All right, let's try to get a stun over here into Satana. All right, let's go into... I think I want to stay here. Ult is going to flip 15% damage, 500% piercing. Special is percent damage, defense down, slow, offense down. This doesn't flip. Nade effects, heal. Special, yeah, I'm thinking special. All right, so there she goes. Ability block, Helverine. He's about to ult into us. All right, so there he goes. Special here. Juggernaut, please die. All right, let's go ahead, go here in special. All right, now we could end up getting... We already have offense up, but we can get offense up on Xavier. That Mephisto's taking time bomb. All right, now we can end up doing the ult. That's the I win button. Mephisto's about 50% health. Hey, you survived. Ult. There was battlefield effect. Now there's the ult. All right, one shot there. All right, stage 2. We have Odin in here. We have Old Man Logan and 3P's Illuminati. Black Panther sure he's a skirmisher, so we can try to get the charges off of the Black Knight. Old Man Logan's gonna hopefully go slow enough to prevent the charges from the enemy Odin. And then we have our Odin to kind of have an Odin off. Let's go in. All right, special here. There goes the charges. That's perfect. All right, so now we have the enemy Illuminati team going. Let's special here. That's going to get Safeguard on us. Man, you guys do not Old Man Logan. Stop beating up at old people. Holy cow. All right, let's go ahead and... This does not flip. This does. Got a basic here. All right, we at least have our battlefield effect out there. Let's go here and special. Actually, should stay on Black Knight. That was a mess up on me. That's not good. All right, let's special here. All right, now the enemy has their battlefield effect out. All right, special here. All right, there goes Black Knight. Now the Odinoff basically is in effect. We have ours as a raider, so that helps. Let's special. There's the ult. All right, basic here. Now we have our ult that should kill him. Nope. Keep that heal block on, brother. All right, there's a... All right, this is going to be nasty.
I'm going to make some weird shit.
Double ult? All right. All right, there's the enemy ulting. All right, we're gonna basic. Oops, I meant to special there. All right, there's the special. All right, basic here. Now we're going to end up popping our ults. I misplayed that. And he has 5 charges. That's not good. You got to use it. All right, pulled his ult. That's good. No charges. All right, so stage 1, we're going to do the Vigilante. I hate this matchup. It's just way too risky. These Super Scroll's going to end up specialing over here first. I'm not going to have the Safeguard, which is fine. The scary thing is the Phoenix Force with Thanos in here. I just don't have anything to stop the Super Scroll from popping off. Let's go in. All right, so there's the special from Super Scroll. All right, we get to ult here. Now we get a stun that we could pop off. Thanos. Yeah, he's about to go with that 5. Basic into here and pray. I was thinking ult. You want to speed up? So I'm looking at the striker shot from Hitmonkey. They were immune to stun. That's the issue. Yeah. No trauma and they can't get stun. I can special and prolong the negative effects. That's something I could do. That's what I was afraid of. Now she's going to special. Yeah, that's what I figured was going to happen. All right, so Deadpool's going to help make sure that Deathpool stays alive. Weaver gets the charges out. Play to Deathpool's ult to get the permakill on Odin. Let's go in. Let's basic first. We'll keep the deflects up. Ult. Get the bleeds out there. Let's do the percentile damage. Here's the special. Ult. That's going to get the charges up to protect us from the basic. Let's special. And permakill. There we go. Offense up. Red Hulk's going to special. That's going to speed up APOC. APOC, Falcon Punch, Thanos. We have Gore going for high damage. Offense up. And then if Perk lives, that special should hurt. No. I don't think he could be stunned. I have to double check. Abilities, passive. I believe the stun is on him. All right, we got a special over here. There's the push. Now we can actually Falcon Punch Omega Red. And striker shot. Let's go ahead and ult. There's the stun on Omega Red. All right, so there's the clear. Let's see what Diamond Dave did. 48,971. Jeez, did he drop that many? Did I actually win this thing? Vigilante failed. Immortal X-Men failed. New Warrior cleanup. Finally, I'm the bride. No longer bridesmaid. Superior 6. X, Quasar, Black Cats. So you got the one shot there. Sack. Liberty cleanup. A ball. Woo! Finally got some vindication in this thing. All right. Thanks for the support, guys. That was amazing. Thank you.